Hi everyone, it's currently AMEC Measurement Month. You may well be aware of this. There's been a lot of talk on Twitter and there's been multiple events as well, all to help us in PR to measure our work better and prove the value. So as part of that, I shared one of my steps in measuring business impact and financial impact through PR last week on Twitter. It was an image that showed 6 steps. Now a couple of people got in touch with me and asked me to share a little bit more about that. So in this video I'm going to be going through each of those 6 steps and sharing a recommended tool with each one. Links in pieces of coverage are the signals to Google to say that your client's content has been recommended by an influencer. So it's essential to be counting how many links you've got. So step 1, count the links. Now, you can count those manually, but if you have a really successful campaign, that's going to be taking quite a lot of time. So as you know, I work with CoverageBook.com and we made sure that was a key feature in the tool to count how many links there are in pieces of coverage. So I'm going to recommend my own tool for this one, CoverageBook.com, to count how many links is in your coverage. Stage 2 is tracking social shares. Now social shares are another big recommendation of your client's content. So therefore it's a big signal to Google to say that your client's content has been recommended and therefore should be in front of a wider audience, therefore the Google audience, to track social shares. My tool recommendation is Topsy. It's free and really easy to use. Stage 3 is really results of stages 1 and 2. Stage 3 is looking at the strength of your client's content. Now stages 1 and 2 are building that strength. Every time you get a link from an influencer in a piece of coverage or a social share, all of that recommendation is building the strength of that content. So how do you measure it? My favourite tool is the Moz toolbar. The Moz toolbar demonstrates the domain authority. Now that is the metric that you can use to measure how strong your content is. Stage 4, as your client's content is strengthening, it means it's going to have greater visibility in search results. Now that greater visibility means it's going to be in front of a much bigger audience through the biggest search engine, Google. Now how do you measure that? There are multiple tools to use to measure search visibility. My favourite is Searchmetrics. It's not a free tool, but it's absolutely worth the investment with all of the measurement metrics it has. Stage 5. Now we've got greater visibility in the Google search results. That means that we're in front of a much bigger audience now. That means that we're going to have an increase of clicks on your client's content from Google. So the next stage is measuring the increase in traffic coming from natural Google search results right through to your client's content. The way to do that is through the analytics program that's set up on your client's website. There are many out there. Probably the most popular one is Google Analytics, but ask your client which one they have set up. Stage 6, we're going to be looking at business impact now. So we have generated a lot more traffic coming to the client's website because of the increase in search visibility. We want to see what that traffic did next. Did they go on to make a sale? Did they go on to download a white paper? All of these things you can track through analytics, but to ensure that it was down to the PR work, we want to just be looking at natural search traffic. It's important that you cut the traffic into the different areas and you just want to be looking at natural search traffic because that's how we can relate it back to the PR work. So as a quick run through, it's our PR coverage and the links in that PR coverage that's signaling to Google. It's the shares of our clients' content that's signaling to Google. It's the strength that's building in our clients' content that makes it more visible in Google. And then that greater visibility means that more people are clicking on it. The more people are clicking on it, they're much more likely to buy, download, and click through. So they're my 6 stages of how to prove business impact with your PR coverage. Try it and let me know how you get on.